Everybody, welcome to stream number 2 of the day. I am Splat, if you don't know me, also known as Brett, and I have a couple of things to show off today. I'll start with, well, first, let me do my beer intro. Tonight, I don't think I've had this one on the show yet, or on the stream yet. It is King of Birds by Levante Brewing here in Pennsylvania. It is an imperial stout brewed with coconut, cinnamon, and vanilla, and it is delicious. I love it. I think out of all the stouts that I got from them in my last run to the brewery, which was actually my first time at the brewery, I think I picked up 4 or 5 different stouts, and I think this one's my favorite out of all of them. Here's what it looks like in a Cape May brewing glass. It's delicious, nice and dark. Yeah, that's good. I'm a big fan of coconut. I do like good coffee stouts and good chocolate stouts also. But this one's kind of, the coconut makes it a little bit different than your normal stout. And it's not, too fake or, artificial. I guess that's the word I'm looking for. So anyway, back to Superalgos here. I've been doing a lot of work on the DEX trading, and I've got a couple of things to show off with that. So first, let me get this demo up and running, and I will show you a couple of pieces that I got working. Oh, still loading. That I got working over the last week or so, and then the parts that I will probably be working on next. I may make a couple different PRs. I may split this up instead of doing one huge PR. But yeah, that's what's going on. If we can get this to load, making my hard drive thrash pretty good. All right. So, kind of spoils it a little bit, but I had this working a while ago but I cleaned it up a little bit. So you open up new crypto exchanges, and you can click add a decentralized exchange. And that's what it looks like when it's brand new. You can add a token, or you can delete the token, or you can add missing tokens, and that was working. Oh, you know why? Because I didn't configure, so that's why. So let's see here, I can delete this. So here I have some configuration to say that this is codename Pancakeswap and it's on the network BSC. Just thinking ahead in case there's other chains that we add to this later, which I'm sure probably will happen at some point. So I can add my tokens back, and then I can add all my missing tokens. And so these are configured to have the contract address on, in this case, the BSC chain, the Binance Smart Chain. And obviously I need to get icons for all of them. But I instead of reaching out to an API like BSC scan or something like that, because I didn't immediately see a great way to get these contract addresses, I created a JSON file that has this information in it. And then your import essentially brings it into the workspace. Probably a much better way to do that, but that's just what I got working for right now. And the thing that I'm working on currently is then being able to convert these tokens into pairs that or markets in terms of the old or existing centralized exchanges. But I don't have the button fully working yet. But it's essentially going to go through all of these tokens that are on the tokens node and essentially just pair them up so that you can trade anything that is on here back and forth. And they should, the same as these over here. So this exchange assets is the same as the tokens, and the exchange markets is the same as the pairs. It'll create a pair looking like this, and then you'll have these two token references as token in, token out, because that's the verbiage that they use in these libraries for smart chains. And then we don't really have the exchange accounts because that's the wallets. And one reason why I kind of left it more in this design is I was thinking that you may want to have more than one wallet, or it's possible to have more than one wallet connected to an exchange at a time. So I figured, I don't know, one exchange could have many wallets. A wallet can have many tokens, and you can have many pairs that you are swapping. And obviously, different wallets, you may want to swap different pairs out of different wallets, but on the same exchange. I don't know. That was just seemed to make it easier, simpler, and kind of made sense to set it up this way. So that's what I got going there. So decentralized exchanges are coming to Superalgos soon. So yeah, that's enough of that. The other thing that I wanted to show off tonight, and I will get back to coding all that stuff soon, or not really show off, but what I've been wanting to work on is, let me start up my testing server here. I guess I could have done this on my stronger, but whatever. I wanted to, I didn't want localhost. I wanted to get a new strategy running just because I kind of enjoy learning about different strategies. And I just haven't really played around with the new strategy in a while, so I thought it would be interesting to figure out how to make a grid trading strategy. And while this is still, oh, it's frozen? What happened here? Not found workspace. Oh, I just ran into this. Some other people were complaining about this bug. All right, let's figure out what's going on with this bug. Some people are complaining. JS.org, uncaught, script error, base JS. Ah. projects, workspace. Oh, I don't have any of these plugins. Well, shoot. What do I want to do? I want to... I made a script that I should save. Okay. Then develop. Just looking for this. Sorry, I'm looking. So one of the issue here is that, gosh, copy. The issue here is that these plugins have all been moved into separate repositories. And they were all set up to be submodules at one point. And then it was decided that submodules weren't doing what we wanted or what the project wanted. And so they were kept as separate plugins on page what I was using earlier. Anyway, sorry, they were intended now to be cloned as separate repositories inside of this repository. And this, I believe, will do it. Cloning the governance. Yeah, this is just a super simple. Excuse me. So I need to clone all of these. Excuse me. And check them out to develop. And then I should be able to run my stuff. All right, so now you can see I have these plugin folders. And if I go inside of them, like governance, I'm now on the develop branch. And it has everything that I need, I hope. I'm gonna move this clone plugins to my bin. Oh. I don't have a bin folder. All right, so move bin to clone. Bin, move clone plugins to bin. And there we go. All right, so GitHub Superalgos. Now if I node platform. Yeah, that does. Let me get rid of the min memo. Let me see how that works. Close out of that and let's refresh. Last one I used was the let's load the getting started. All right. First things first, gotta set the IP correctly. And I'm gonna delete these because I don't want them here. I'm gonna rename this to the grid, and I'm gonna save it and refresh. Oops, I didn't set the title for this. Can I change the title while I'm live? Nope. All right. Yeah, I've got my lightning strike. Let's clone this. Save it to my download. Now I want to import this back here. I'm going to call it lightning strike clone. I'm going to delete that. This here. I have to go up to the plugins and look for the algorithmic trading, plugin trading systems. That. So the trading minds. No, not what I want the data mining. I want to get the EMA and SMAs in here. This is what I'm thinking. Add those in. Let's expand this a little bit. Wow, there's a lot of data mines in here. Buddha. Holy cow, there's a lot of data mines. What am I looking for? I am looking for Sparta. Because I believe that's the one that has the SMAs in it. And what I am thinking is I'm going to set the middle of my grid at one of the SMAs. I'm not sure exactly which one yet. I think it may be something like the 24-hour 200, possibly. Or 10. Let's see, move this around. Candles, my masters, and I'll just pop you this over here. Pop you there. Oh no, I don't want that there. Close enough. All right. Let's save and refresh again to get the plugin to load. So if you are not sure what a grid trading strategy is, I think I can grid trading. So basically my understanding is, and I haven't done this before, so this is going to be a good learning experience. You essentially pick a middle and then you set grid lines below when you buy, and it's so as the market goes down, you will buy, and then when the market goes back up above your midpoint, you will sell. And so maybe the market just kind of goes up and down a little bit, and so you hit your, your first grid line. You'll buy, let's just say down 1%, you'll buy. And then the market goes up above your midpoint 1%, you'll sell that, and you just keep doing that. I thought they had a better picture on this page. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. Grid trading strategy. Man, I'm having trouble typing today. Themex. Maybe this is the web page I was looking at before. Let's see if we can zoom in here. This is what I'm kind of thinking. Set my midpoint on an EMA or an SMA. And as the market goes down, starting here, I guess, it'll go down, I'll buy, it'll come up, I'll sell, I'll go down and buy, it'll come up, I'll sell. I think what I've seen other people do, other systems do, is it'll go down 1%. And when it goes up 1%, it'll sell. If it goes down 2%, it'll buy, but then same thing, you set your target at 2% up, it'll sell when it goes up. And so you just kind of have a constant down, up. I think there's kind of other variations of this also, where you can have each of them sell, set that constant like 2% or something, 5%. Yeah, this is what I was thinking. So it'll buy on the way down and sell at a set, more or less a set target above, instead of this first line buys and sells at the first line. Second line buys and sells at the second. Third buys and sells at the third. Or you could have your first buy and sell at the top. Second one buys, sells at the second highest. Third one buys, sells at the third highest. So, I don't know, there's kind of a bunch of different ways to kind of play around with this that I've heard people describe. I think I'm going to do the simplest one first. Maybe it's not the simplest one. But what I'm thinking is let me get my Binance set up. I'll do the idea where I set my midpoint. Maybe I can draw this a little bit better in draw.io. Why am I not doing that? Do a blank diagram. So what I am thinking is set my midpoint. Let me make that a little bit bigger. And I'll leave it black. And then I want to set my first buy. Can I type on you? So this is buy 1. And let's say I want to divide this at this item, one subtext. Let's say this is 1% down. So the next thing I want to do is do sell 1. Why is this over here? And this is also 1%. That's going to be my red. And so on and so forth. So then my buy 2, I guess that's kind of small. That'll better. Buy 2 is going to sell 2. So this again is 1%. And this is 1%. But here, between these two, oh, not what I wanted. Let's see. So that is going to be a 2% difference. And this one is going to be a 4% difference. And maybe we do that, 5 times. That's number 3. That's number 4. That's number 5. And same thing here. 3, 4. Excuse me, 5. 3, 4, 5. So then this one's going to be selling. Come on. 6% different. And then this one is. Come on. Text. Give me the text. 6%. No, wait, sorry. I missed where I am. 8%. And then here we'll do 10% different. So that's what I'm thinking. And obviously this would mean a huge market swing. But what I'm thinking is then most of the time, if the market's kind of flat, I'll be, mostly hitting this 2%, kind of like in and out, 2%, 2%, 2%, 2%. Another thing that I'm thinking is that by using the SMA as my midpoint, I can kind of make it dynamic to where the market is at the current moment. Um, so, I may reset these every, set my limit order to buy and then close it maybe after 24 hours and reset and kind of follow the market that way. And obviously after a buy and a sell cycle, that part of the purchase will, or of the trading strategy will refocus itself anyway. So what I need to do, what I'm thinking I need to do is I need to have 5 of these different trading systems, because at any given time, if I'm using, let me open this up. I'll do the production. If I'm using this trading system here, this can only have one strategy active at a time. But I want to have all 5 of these running at once. So I'm effectively going to have 5 copies of this production trading task running all at once. Each of them is going to be a different, or maybe, no, I think it's all got to be 5 different. But each of them is going to reference a different trading system. And so, what do I want to call this? I want to call this BT Grid 1. And then I'm going to set this one up to more or less what I want it to be, or what I think it's going to be. And then I'm going to clone it a couple of times and set some of the, basically I'm thinking I just need to set the initial targets slightly different. And go from there. And it's mostly going to be exactly the same as this, where I'm going to set a limit order essentially immediately. And then I'm going to set a sell order essentially immediately. And I'm not going to have an exit strategy at the moment unless it actually hits and sells. Probably not great, but I think that's what I'm going to do for now. I'm going to cancel the order. This says it's canceling immediately. Excuse me. You could do this with the supports and the supports and the resistances. I think I've seen other people use like Fibonacci levels. I think I'm just gonna start simple with 1% in between each. Or maybe I could do like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5%. Oh wow, there's so many extra things. New production portfolio tasks. Oh, they have the portfolio management. Excuse me, merged in already. I haven't even looked into that. All right, so I've got my BT grid 1. Gonna do some testing. I need to get some data. Get this data running. Oh yeah, this here. So I want to trim this down. Okay. All right. We'll get a little bit over a year of data. We'll run those. And if I was right, yes, we do have our SMA here. That's going to go. All right. So what I'm going to do, triggers on immediately. It never triggers off. Immediately takes a position. Good. Super simple. The initial targets. Good episode balance. Yes. My initial target. Final close value. I guess that could be fine. But my order rate. This is where I want to get the. I'm gonna show you a little trick here. Add a condition. Want to edit. I have my 24-hour Sparta SMA current popular SMA. Let's do our SMA 200. I don't even know if that makes sense. Let's do SMA 100 or 50. Let's do SMA 50. Start there. Let's see what happens. So if I'm doing 24-hour SMA 50, so now I'm gonna push that to the JavaScript code, and I get my variable here. I can delete you. Put this in here. Times 0.99. So I want to be 1% down. is my limit buy, my initial limit buy. And then on the sell side, I want to delete these extras. I don't need them. And I'm not going to have an exit strategy. New limit sell order. Excuse me. So I want it to be times 1.01%. Up above. Actually, yeah, I'll just do that for right now. And this is just going to be true. My initial targets. Trading last, limit order statistics, actual rate value. Yeah, sure. Fine. Oh, excuse me. I am having a hard time staying awake tonight. So that is set up to basically, these are all messed up. Fine. Yeah. All right. So what that said was the managed stop loss is either set to 0, or if the last order was a buy. Excuse me. Yeah, it's gonna be early bedtime for me tonight. If I hope you can kind of see this. If the last trading order was a limit buy that finished, then set the stop loss to the rate of that limit order. Otherwise, set it at 0. And the managed take profit is always 20% above the candle close. That essentially never hits. And you're just waiting for your limit buy to actually happen. Otherwise, it'll be at 0, and you'll never take your or sorry, you'll never stop your loss. So I think that works for now. Let's give it a test. Where are we on our data? Still going. I want to test this once before cloning the 5 different. Excuse me. Into 5 different trading strategies, because if it doesn't work out right, then I don't want to be stuck here. But what I can do in the meantime, set up these variables. So I don't want to have an initial base. Let's set this to 100 bucks as my quoted asset. Should have cut down the amount of time that I was pulling. And let's just run this over like 7 days. And my time frame, I mean, if I'm working off of the 24-hour SMA, we could definitely just run it like that. Now we play the waiting game. Waiting for the data to process. Hopefully soon. Still going, 87%. $91. Oh, I guess I can. Um, Here we go. Calculating. So I should have not grabbed as much data. It's calculating pretty quickly. I guess I could say another strategy that I've heard of people using is, let me get this fancy, if I can kind of get a curve going here. Kind of. Sort of. Kind of works. Yeah, that'll do. Cool. All right. So what I've seen some other people describe is that you literally turn each one of these into a buy and a sell. So as you go down, triggers buys, buy, 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 buy. So you have 10 buys, and then you have 10 sells. So as soon as you pass this top line, buys, or I guess it would kind of ignore that one. So it would buy on 4, 3, 2, 1. And then as it goes back up, let's see, we have something like this. We would buy on this line here, and then we'd set our sell up at this line. We would buy once, buy twice, and it would miss this last one. Our sell 3 would actually happen here on the 4, and the buy that we had here would sell up here on the 5. And so then that's where each of these, in between each, you would want to make it like a 2% difference. So you set your grid up. Maybe this is the SMA. You would literally have 10 sells, or sorry, 10 buys that you would start with, or 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep. Excuse me. And, excuse me. And then as the chart goes up and down, it would trigger buy, 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 sell, 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 buy, 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 sell, sell, buy, 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 sell, 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 sell. You know, something like that. That type of grid strategy, I'm not exactly sure how. I guess you would have to set up 10 different bots, essentially 10 different processes, and you would set your midpoint, and then I would say, you know, the number 1 is down 5% from my midpoint, or even further, maybe if I'm doing 2% in between each. Set my buy down, my first grid line down 10%, then 8, 6, 4, 2, and then set more grids at above that. So as soon as one buys, it would set its sell 2% up, and it would just wait for the wave to catch it. That's kind of cool. Maybe that's what I want to do. But you would also have instances where so here, let's see, I bought here on my sell 4 line, and I placed my sell. I know these names are a little bit messed up, but that's just what I had on the graph. So I placed my sell here at sell 5, which is up, in this case, 5% from the midline. But in a 2% case, up 10%. So I missed here. And if this is in days, you know, this might be another month before it finally caught up and triggered. So yeah, in a flat sideways market, it would finally hit and not take too long. But in a market like May of last year, you know, this may never come back. And it just keeps going down. So in a down market, obviously this isn't going to look so great. I change this color. Does that make it easier or harder? Worse? Make it blue. I guess that kind of helps. So if I bought here, I'm coming down on my downslope. I wouldn't catch this sell here, and I wouldn't catch it again. So I would have to have some type of way of managing my loss. Or, you know, just waiting forever and being like, okay, I'm sure it'll come back someday. But who knows? In the case of 2018 bull market for crypto, you know, it took another 2 or 3 years for it to catch up and finally make a new all-time high. So if you're willing to wait years, that could work. What's going on here now? Calculating EMAs and SMAs. All right, let's look at our backtesting session. Let's turn on our popular SMAs. Yeah, that looks terrible. What is going on here? All right, so this yellow line, if you can see it, is the 200. That's not very useful. This purple one is the 100. This light blue one is the 50. And the, I can't even tell if that's a darker purple or black, is the 20. All right, so and we're looking at a spread of a couple months here. And if I was thinking of using the 50 first. The 24-hour 50. Which, in this case, I mean, I guess this whole market's just down, down, down. I could make it the 20. Yeah, okay. Well, either way, if I do that, that's not going to be very useful. The market isn't very flat, at least for BTC. So that's not, I guess if I drop down to the 4-hour, that may make it a little bit better. So this definitely kind of highlights where using that last strategy that I talked about, where like literally each line is a buy and sell. It just depends on which side it is at the moment. And so I would set 10 grid lines and I would buy. So I'd have 10 different strategies running at once. One of them starts 10% above this SMA 20. And it would buy at 10%, sell at 12, essentially. And just keep doing that. So it would bounce between the 10 and the 12. And then I'd have another one that bounces between 8 and 10. And have another one that bounces between 6 and 8. And then I'd also have a, 5 below my SMA. Which in this case, none of these would trigger until we start getting to the 12th. And now the market's below. And this is where I think setting these based on the SMA will be useful. So it'll start to kind of like auto correct itself. And it'll start at, let's see, what value am I at the moment? So my SMA 20 is 39,175. And the minimum is 4138. Sorry, 41,348. Let me pull out my handy calculator here. So I had, what was I looking at? Like here, 41,493 divided by 39,646. Yeah, that's 5% up. So if I set my grid lines, let's space them 2% apart. So each one is going to buy and sell 2% higher. I would catch it because I'd have my line starting here. I'd have a 2%, then a 4, then a 6, then an 8, and a 10. And they would just bounce and bounce and bounce and bounce and bounce. It wouldn't be too bad. So let's do that then. Not to catch the falling knife. Yeah. Yeah, I have heard that. I'm guessing that's when I was talking about this. Bill. Or maybe he jumped out. Maybe he's not watching anymore. Oh, there he is. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, obviously you want to have an exit. You want to have a way to stop your loss and get back. But for this super simple getting started, I'm gonna edit this. So I wanted to buy, what do I want to do? Let me go back to this. So let's set these at 2%. I like that last idea that I had before. So I'm going to reposition these. So that's 2. This is going to be 4. Going to be 6. Going to be 8. This one's going to be 10%. Oh, what did I do there? I don't know how I did that. Let me delete. Let me delete these. Going to be 4. Oh, 6, 8, and 10. All right, so my 8% line is going to sell at the 10. My negative 10% line is going to sell at the negative 8. And so I'm just going to have each of these kind of flip. Basically like this. Chutes and ladders. That's what I'm going to call it. Sure, somebody has a better name. Okay. And I forgot my 0. My midpoint. And this is going to be my SMA 20. So that's basically what I'm shooting for. Buy here, sell here. Buy here, sell here. And do that all the way down. And hope that doesn't lose too much money. So this is, where was this? This was going to be the starting line. So this is going to be at the 90% mark, right? 10% down. And then it's going to sell at the 0.92. The other part where this becomes tricky is that each of these sells and buys needs to reference a specific sell and buy order here in the trading engine. So it is possible to add more. So I think I needed like 11 of these. And the one thing to remember, 8, 9, 10, 11. Limit by order number 8. This trading engine is a plugin, and so it won't save with your workspace when you start making, edits to it. Unless, wait, I missed one. This was 10. All right. Now where is that trading engine? Trading engines. Enable saving with workspace. So now when I make these changes, adding on extra limit, that's 8, 9, 10, 11. Oops. Now when I save the workspace, it will save that these extra limit sell orders that I added on. And limit buy orders. And then you have to remember that each time you make one of these new trading systems, they need to reference different limit buy and sell orders. So this one is going to limit buy order 1 and limit sell order 1. And then the second trading system will have to go to 2, et cetera, et cetera. So it's not necessarily easy in that regard. But let's see. I think our data is finally finished. I can run a real quick. All right, so let's stop those. And I have this here. I set it up for this week. Shoot, what was I looking at? I was going to set this to, oh, I'm on the 4-hour. Set this to the 4-hour time frame. 4 hours. And I want to change these to at 04 hours, popular SMA 20. And this one also to the 4-hour popular SMA 20. But now let's just run it with the 1 just to make sure that it actually runs. And then we can clone, bring in the clones. This is done. This says it's stuck on the 6th. Did I type that in correctly? Yeah. It was last week. Why is it still running? I mean, still waiting. This was all done. Oh, maybe the SMAs hadn't finished. I don't know. Why is this still running? Whatever. Check it out. I can put my episode in here. All right, so that's where I ran it. Do our limit buy orders. Oh, nothing ever bought. That's fine. But you can see how my buy order is moving with the chart. Which is kind of interesting. So as I add more, let's see here, clone, go in folder, bring this in. Going to be number 2. Go over here on our drawing. This is going to be the second line. So I'm down -8. Guess I could have -8. So I could write this as 98%, 96%, 94%, 92, and this one's 90. And this is 102, 104, 106, 108, 110. And this is my 100% line. So I already did number 1 here, which buys at 90 and sells at 92. Now I want to buy at 92 and sell at 94. So open this up. This is going to buy at 92. And sell at 94. And I need to break the reference. Oh, nice. Oh, that's cool. So this is something new that I haven't used before. Is this create reference button. So I already have a limit buy order 1. I want to do limit buy order 2. It just did it. Cool. And then I can do the same thing down here where I detach. And then I want it to be on limit sell order 2. That's weird though. The limit sell order should only have limit sell orders in that list. But anyway, save. My plugin saved. Let me stop all these. So this is where it starts to get messy. Well, let me see. Call this BT grid 3. And this one is, if I had 92, this one's buying at 94 and selling at 96. And this needs to be limit sell order 3. And this needs to be limit buy order 3. And shrink it. I guess the other thing I could do here is stack these in the increasing order. It's a little bit more logical. This is going to be number 4. Detach to limit by order 4. And what did I do? 2, 4, 6. Right? I did 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 96 to 98. Wrong button. Detach. Sell order 4. .98. Rank. Five. Detach. Attach to limit by order 5. This one's 98 to 100. Limit sell order 5. Then I need number 6 over here. And this one is 100 to 102. Sell order 6. Rank. Number 7. Attached to buy order 7. This is 102. 104. And rank. Eight. So this isn't exactly the most user-friendly, but it's totally possible. What was I doing? 104 to 106. That was sorry. Now I've got number 9 at 106 to 108. Sell order 9. 1.08. Right? Did I miss one? Or did I have an extra? Maybe I had an extra. What was I thinking? I don't know what I was thinking. Oh, right. I don't know. Blanking. Why did I think that there were 11? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Why did I not have 11? Did I miss one? What's this? BT grid 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think this was, maybe I missed one. No, wait to 110. I must have missed one. 106. 104. All right, so I had buy on 8, 6, 4, 3. Sorry. Killing myself. Buying on 8, buying on 6, buying on 4, buying on 2, buying on 0, on 6. No. Yeah. that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Because I don't buy on 110. But I sell at 110. Okay, so it is only 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Because I don't buy there. That's fine. I'll just leave it. So I have all these in here. Now I want to install my market. This is where it gets messy. This is also the fun part. Wait. Come on, taking forever. So this is where doing this install market is kind of a pain in the butt. And it would be nice to be able to just kind of say like, all right, well now I need my 10, excuse me, selling processes or, trading processes to run. But sometimes it's a pain in the butt. Excuse me, the beard really just gave me the burps. Sometimes it would be nice if it were easier to make all these connections by hand and to not have to just rely on install market. And the GUI sometimes makes this not necessarily the most pleasant to get set up. Have it start working. Yes, I want to wait. And hopefully this won't take too long. I want to run through one testing session. I guess the annoying thing is that all the testing sessions will be different. I'm not sure if I can graph them all. I guess I might be able to on the same chart. I might have to come another day. Come on. Come on. Please tell me that you can do this. There we go. All right, so what do we do? Huh. Oh, there they are. Nice. Okay, so I was thinking that when I installed the market, it was going to do a whole bunch of different markets here. And I'd have to go back and delete all the extra data mining and everything. But this actually works out perfect. Let's see what the charting space looks like. Oh, that's what I was thinking. So yeah, it's got grid 1, grid 2, grid 3. Okay. And then setting these all up for the same time and everything. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to crank. Let me not shrink. So I'm deleting all these trading parameters. Because I'm going to do 1 and then clone it around to all of them. All right. So there's my 10. And this, I have a 0. And then I have my initial balance as 100. My time range. Let's do 2-1 to 215. And I want to clone. Now I can shrink it. I can do here. Put that there, shrink. That there. Shrink. Oh, did I put this on the 4-hour? I hope to God I did. Time frame. Ugh. No, I didn't. Well, good for me. Man, I guess I could even do this on the 1 minute. I don't know. Let's try. Go 4-hour. The freaking annoying thing. Just gotta start over. All right. So clone, save. All right, linking all these up. All right. Let's run them all. All right. So now I can run. Run. Gonna work. Well, the good news is that they generally go pretty quick. So that one's done. A little bit weird that it doesn't say 100% done on the trading process instance. And so it looks like they keep running. Expected error. Nice. I gotta. All right. So stop. Stop. It's weird that they kept running after it was done. Still says running. Gotta be a way to show all these on the same chart. No, stop. Stop. Right, so these are just running in loops continuously now. These are all messed up. Well, that's a bug. See if I can get this one to go. Ran. Yeah, these are all messed up. Broke. That's a undefined reading name. All right. Well, stop them all. The backtesting kind of got messed up. I need my 4 hour. It buys, never bought, never sold. All right, so that's the first one. Got my candles, my SMA. Oh, that was number 2. This is number 3. Close. Oh, I had a couple buy sells. Boom. Look at that. So there's 2. So I got an ROI of 3.6 there. So that was number 4. This one's number 5. Here we had 2. Well, it would have. So this would have been the same thing, 3.6. And obviously why it's not a flat 4% is because of the buy and sell or maker taker fees. Here we had a couple. So this was placing the buy on the SMA and then selling 2% above. Yeah, these And this is buy 2% above, sell 4% above. Made some more profit. That's kind of neat, seeing it follow the chart up. I guess one thing that I was kind of worried about, and it looks like that might be the case, is that if it makes the sale, so this is why you might want to work on a shorter time frame, is if it makes a sale, it doesn't redo the buy until the next 4-hour window. But you may want to do it on the 1 minute. So it's every minute trying to buy and sell. And if it sells, the next minute it places a buy again, instead of waiting 4 hours. But this is kind of cool to see that it works. Call this a proof of concept. Why can I not get the, there? Here we got a bunch. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm right out of time. Where are we? We are at 11.5% ROI before this buy and sell. Yep. My candle's not on. There they are. Oh. All right, so here we were up. A little bit strange that, oh, I guess that my buy was here. Yeah, strange things are happening. So up 15%. This one. This is the last one. Yeah, this is the one that wouldn't work. Okay. But yeah, that's the gist of it. So if I were to run this over the last 2 weeks, I would have made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, potentially 7. 7 of these strategies would have been profitable. But of course, that's also because the market was going up over the last 2 weeks. So, I don't know, that was kind of cool seeing that in action. I think that's it for me for the night. And I'll have to figure out why these processes won't stop and why they keep causing errors. So this is what I'm seeing in my terminal right now. Can't read name. Undefined. Reading name. And they just keep looping through and through. So let's save. Refresh. Trading system. Trading system? What? Did they not save? No, they did. I have 11. All right. I don't know. So anyway, that kind of worked as a proof of concept. Definitely worked. Needs to be tweaked a little bit. But early signs say if you run it during the correct market, you can potentially make money. Cool. That sounds good to me. Well, I hope you enjoyed your time watching me tonight. I'm gonna call it a night. Hopefully I will be able to get into doing some more of the decentralized exchange coding. If you missed it, I have a lot of the wallet stuff set up. It was at the top of the hour, or I guess 2 hours now. So you can create a wallet, import a wallet. I didn't demonstrate those. You can import a wallet, create a wallet, add tokens, and then I'm working on taking those tokens and creating pairs out of them, which will then lead to being able to essentially install the markets like we did here, install the pairs, and then hopefully be able to run trading tasks and data mining tasks also. Got to work on the data mining tasks. So yeah, decentralized exchanges are coming along. And then we run into our grid trading strategy and it worked functionally. So we'll have to figure that out, the rest of it, and tweak it to make it a little bit less, I don't know, strange, I guess is how I would describe it. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed your time. Like and subscribe. I'll have this up on YouTube, or follow. Like and subscribe on YouTube. If you have any questions, you can find me in the Superalgos Telegram, the Discord, or on Twitter. It's Algo. That's pretty much it. Find me on Reddit too. I'm trying to grow that Reddit presence, the Reddit subreddit. And there's a couple people in there, but it's pretty much just me posting all the Medium articles, and basically that's it. But feel free to post your questions there. And with that, catch you on the flippy floppy.